Imagine taking the best parts of Slime Rancher, mixing them with Satisfactory's ideas of resource management, and then sprinkling in the charm and aesthetics of Astroneer, because together, that makes Time to Morp, my latest gaming obsession. This is a 3-parts automation game, 1-part colony sim, borrowing elements from the games that I had just mentioned and brings them together to create a brand new experience. Also, a quick disclaimer, I did receive a review key for this game. While Time to Morp starts out on what I'd say is a bit more of a casual experience, it ramps up as you continue to progress through the tech tree. Unlocking advanced technologies and equipment requires more and more complicated resources, which makes previous aspects easier while introducing new challenges along the way, until eventually you can automate every part of your gameplay and then some. I'd also like to note that it comes with this massively robust selection of cosmetic items that can be built and placed around to make everything look super cool. These little guys are called Morps, and they are the backbone of my empire. By feeding them different resources, they transform into new kinds of Morps, which I can then spend my time feeding other resources so that they produce even more resources that I either feed to different Morps or use to craft a large variety of structures and upgrades. Where the colony sim aspects come into play is that all of these Morps have their own specific and individual needs, which must be maintained in order to keep them happily producing things for you. They're socially awkward and don't like to be crowded. They require specific kinds of environments to be nested in, as well as a bunch of different needs and factors that change depending on the Morp. One of my favorite Morps are the tier 3 red ones. Part of their requirements involves setting up special pumps that push and pull them between different pens based on their current needs and desires, as they can't function when kept within a single pen the entire time. There's also an even cooler one that takes a bit more of a complicated setup to properly utilize it, but I won't spoil its surprise because I always find stuff like that to be more exciting when you discover what it does for yourself. If you're someone like me who loves automation, building, and problem-solving games, then this is going to be your next addiction. I've put 20 hours into this so far, and there's still content I haven't unlocked or gotten to yet. Plus, after that, I still want to go back around optimizing my layouts and perfecting my ultimate Amazon delivery service. Now, for a game that's just released in early access, if you play from start to finish right now, at this very moment, it already feels like a completed game, minus a few little hiccup bugs here and there, but I mean, it's early access, that's to be expected. As it progresses, I'm hoping we get to see some more automation come into play. Right now, I'd especially love to see storage chests that I can pump items into and out of. Currently, all my items either litter the contents of a pen or they're auto-picked up into chests until I manually pull them out later. I mean, unless there currently is a way to pump items out of a chest that I haven't figured out yet, so if there is, please let me know. But at the same time, that limitation has forced me to come up with some, well, we'll call interesting workarounds for creating item transfer buffers, which they don't work super efficiently yet, and I'm still working on some of those aspects, but it's been really fun trying to work around that problem and figure it out. Oh, and the other thing is I'd also love to have multiple outputs from pipes. Currently, you can only have one in and out for each of your transfer tubes. Hopefully, if we can get something like that, then I can stop something like this from happening. But even without those, there's nothing that feels like it's missing or stopping me from enjoying the experience of Time to Morp. Everything this game needs to have right now is in here. Anything else that they continue to add or improve upon is just extra icing to the cake. As of this point in time, I still haven't finished the main quest line. I had so much fun figuring out all the different systems that I ended up unlocking most of the tech tree before realizing there was a main line of quests. Although I'm pretty sure I'm close to wrapping that up now. I've also been stockpiling resources so that once I've finished setting up my different production lines, I can decorate the crap out of them so that they look really nice. I mean, look at all this. We've got items for the beach, the market, there's road construction, cars, a camper, and the list just keeps going. All of this cosmetic customization that does nothing for the actual gameplay and is completely and purely cosmetic is a dream come true for me. Honestly, part of me just wants to get to the end of all the automation stuff as soon as possible so that I can turn around and redesign it all to look amazing with all of these cool items and pieces. Oh, also, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but this game has multiplayer right now, right out of the gate. So everything that I've been doing so far, I can do with friends. I can start a single-player world and then launch it up again in multiplayer later, or vice versa. Whether you're a fan of automation games, love your colony sims, or are fairly new to the genre altogether, I think you should consider picking up Time to Morp. It starts out slow, easing new players into the game with its questline that also acts as a tutorial that doesn't really feel like a tutorial. But also, if you have experience with this kind of genre and you just want to unleash yourself upon the world, you can just dive straight into the thick of it head first without a worry.